Hey guys, Eitan here. It is episode 8, and today we have the wonderful Mike Sager. How you doing, Mike?
Very good, Aiden. How you doing, buddy?
Everything's good. Everything's good. So Mike, so you've been on Aphro-D for a while now, I've noticed,
Right.
and definitely one of the more vocal people in the group. But before we get into that, I'd like to learn a little bit more about you. Where are you based? What are you doing at the moment?
Okay.
Go from there, yeah.
I'm in Portugal now. I've been here since 2016. Originally was born in California, lived in California my young life, and I lived up in Washington State my adult life, most of my adult life. Then I moved to Ecuador in 2005. 2005 to 2016, had a great run there, but the crime started going up and I started looking for a safer place to live and not worry about being robbed on the street.
Yeah, it's always useful not to get robbed. Yeah.
So Portugal was the next best place I could find as far as weather and stuff like that, because I'm from Southern California originally, so I'm a beach boy, so I needed the beach. And so that's how I ended up in Portugal. And it's been good. I enjoy it. It's everything I was expecting. A little bit more expensive than I was expecting, but still worth it.
Where in Portugal are you? Exactly?
Pardon?
Oh, where in Portugal? Yeah.
I'm in what's called the Algarve, which is the southern coast, and then I'm in the town of Alvor. But I'm probably 3 hours south of Lisbon on the southern coast. So.
And how do you spend your time there? What are you doing to burn time?
Yeah, work out.
Work out. Yeah.
I'm sort of I'm retired, but I'm a musician, and I play music every now and then. Some of the bars here are for private parties and stuff. So I'm sort of keeping busy just because I love doing things. But I am officially retired, and I'm not. Because I'm always up to it. Yeah, well, I am, but I'm never doing. I'm not sitting in the rocking chair. I can never sit in the rocking chair for very long.
What's like a typical day for you there?
Okay, so typical day is like I'll wake up in the morning, take my Aphro-D, and then typically wait about 10-15 minutes and go ahead and do my morning workout. See, around 8 o'clock or so in the morning. 7:30 to 8:30 is when I do it. And surprisingly, I actually have honestly cut my workouts back to about half an hour.
Oh, okay.
And I'm maintaining. Well, this is where I think Aphro-D has kicked in and been a really big plus for me, because I don't want to work out all freaking day long, and even an hour seemed to be getting too long, so I press it down to half an hour. And my muscle tone is actually better than it was when I was in high school. I mean, if I flex my bicep, it's rock hard. And I'm thinking, what the hell? And I'm thinking, you started taking Aphro-D about 6 months ago. And I literally honestly believe that's what's kept my muscle tone in as good a shape as it is, if not better than when I was young. And because I've cut back my exercise routine to probably about half of what I was doing as far as time involvement. So it's pretty amazing. So that's my mornings.
And just to put things into context, could you tell the viewers how old you are? Because you said back in high school. Yeah,
back in. Okay, so I am 70 years old. I turned 70 August 5th. Yeah.
And you're saying you're in bed. You got better tone now than you did in high school.
I mean, I honestly, thank God, what have you. I don't get sore. I work out. It's weird. I mean, I'm definitely not the average guy, I guess, physically made up, but it's amazing how well my body's stayed in shape and how good I still feel. Like, I don't, like I said, I don't sit in a rocking chair. I don't have time to sit in a rocking chair.
Yeah.
So it's been a great ride, and the Aphro-D, I think it's been such a big plus for my workouts, and allows me to cut back for me personally. Because like I said, I've got other stuff I want to do. I want to build, furniture. I want to play my guitar. I want to ride my motorcycle. So working out for an hour plus isn't that important to me anymore, but maintaining my condition is, and so far so good. Can't complain.
So you're mentioning, so you play you create music. You mentioned you build furniture as well. Is that what you said, or woodwork?
It's typically after during my workout, I'm thinking, okay, what am I going to build today, or what's going to be my little projects? And I make like lounging chairs. I take crates or kick. I mean, not crates. I'm sorry. pallets. I take pallets and make lawn chairs. I make cabinetry. I make bed frames. It's a kick in the butt, and it's easy to do. And everybody that sees me go, well, I want one of those. And I say, for a mere 10 euros, you could have one of my bed frames.
Is this a hobby, or you actually do this just for something on the side? Yeah.
It's a hobby. I mean, and every now and then I do have people that want me to make something for them, but I mean, it's typically a hobby because I just moved into a new house and it wasn't furnished. So I'm furnishing it pretty much with my furniture that I make. So it's a kick.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's move on to actually get into the Aphro-D. So how did you find Aphro-D?
You know, to be honest, it had to be on Facebook somewhere, because I don't remember coming across it, you know, on the street talking to somebody and say, hey man, you got to try this stuff out. Because I used to go, I've got my own little personal gym, but I used to go to the gym a lot. And the guys, once they found out my age, they'd always come, we talk, you know, we talk about life and whatever the hell, but, and they would turn me on to like products that they were using. And then, but I don't remember finding that out in the gym. So it was on Facebook, and I saw the ad, and then I clicked on it because, you know, it's one of those, everybody's skeptical typically, go, oh yeah, sounds good, hopefully it works. And I clicked on the ad, and what impressed me, it blew me away when I listened to Farhan's story, how open and genuine he was, and how he relayed some shit most of us wouldn't tell people the things he told all of us, you know. And so that impressed me. The guy had the balls to be who he is, reveal why he does what he does, and you know, step up and toe the line. And that impressed me in itself. And so I said, okay, you know what, I'm gonna try this guy's stuff out, see what it does. And then I ordered my Aphro-D, and like Norma, it took a little while, but I'm in Portugal. I think I got it in about 5 weeks. But once I got it, you know, I was really surprised. I literally could feel a little sensation when I took it. So like, you know, a little tingling or something. And I wasn't psychosomatic. It was like I could actually feel it, my system sort of working. And after workout, I thought, okay, that's good. Because I always feel good after workouts anyway, but I felt a little elevated. And so it's been I'm glad I came across the product, because otherwise we wouldn't be talking.
So how long ago has it been? How long have you been taking?
It's been about 6 months. 6 months.
Consistently. You've been in it consistently, no breaks, no cycling, nothing.
No, I've been doing it every day. I think I missed one day. I went on a motorcycle rally. I didn't have any with me. But other than that, it's literally every day in the morning at 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, I take it.
Could you tell us the progression from day 0 to now? Like what changes have happened in every aspect of your life?
Okay. Let's see. I think physically, it's just that I'm maintaining incredible shape. And then when I remember when we first started this, we were doing this, there was the 2-minute push-up challenge.
Oh yeah.
And I love challenges. So I went for that, and I think I did about 50, and I was surprised. Personally, I was surprised I didn't do more, but at about 50, I could tell I was pretty much winded, and I pressed on, you know, put my knees down and all that, and did probably about 60, 65. And I said, this is bullshit. I can do 200. I mean, I could do 100. I knew I can do 100 in 2 minutes. So that was my goal. So I went from like 60 or so to 100 in less than 2 weeks. And that's when I started doing the Aphro-D. And I thought, okay, that's a huge jump, because I did the same. I did my push-ups first. I warmed up a little bit. Then I do my push-ups. So I'd have the same amount of energy day after day after day. And it got to where, you know, in 2 minutes, it was easy to do 100. I say easier to do 100 push-ups. Then I cut it down to, okay, I want to see how many I can do in a minute. And I got to where I've got up to 82 push-ups in a minute. And that, again, is unheard of, because that I'm 70. It says, I'm watching it shouldn't be happening, but it's happening. And then in my day-to-day life, you asked, you know, how has it improved? I think I've always had a lot of energy, but I probably do have a little bit more now. In fact, you know, a lot of guys talk about their sleep. Well, my sleep patterns go on and off, but if I only get a couple hours of sleep in the night, the next day I'm not wrecked. It's just like a normal day for me, so I can carry on. So I attribute that to the Aphro-D as well. And then just general, you know, feeling I don't feel 70. I mean, it just doesn't compute. I mean, I feel like I'm 25, 30, and I do this stuff that I did when I was 25, 30. I still ride my motorcycles, not quite as hard as I used to, but I do things, and that's the group I hang out with too. I hang out with the guys that are 25 to say 40, because the older guys, I love them, but most of them don't want to do anything. So I need some energetic bodies, to sort of
Yeah.
vampire their energy a little bit, and enjoy life, instead of just sitting around in the rocking chair drinking a coffee or something.
Yeah.
So overall, the Aphro-Ds made a difference and attitude. I think I made a little video this morning, and I'm sure some of this is definitely sort of psychomatics. You psych yourself into having this stuff work,
Yeah.
but that's why they do placebo tests, because the mind is a powerful thing. The mind can heal and make things better. So I give credit to that as well. But the Aphro-D, even if it was a placebo, it's made a difference. But I know it's not a placebo. So, that's what impresses me. You've got the real thing. That whatever you're feeling or sensing while taking it is real. So embrace it, because some people have been complaining about, well, I don't feel exactly this or that. Well, we don't know exactly how they're doing it either. Are you really following the instructions as far as how to utilize this properly? So,
and building around Aphro-D, how tell us about how you eat.
That I've always eat pretty well. I should say always.
And drink, eating and drinking, other supplements, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. The only thing, I take creatine every now and then.
Okay.
But I don't do any protein powders anymore, because when I used to go to the gym, I had a buddy that owned a Gold's Gym, and he would tell me, he had all the supplements up on the wall and he had everything. He goes, Mike, the best supplement is food. You eat the right food, and you don't have to buy this stuff. And he said crap, but it's sort of funny. So I've always I like to cook. So typically I cook everything fresh. You typically try to get the organic stuff, but anything I make is not coming out of a box or out of the freezer. So I start everything from scratch, whether it's making some bread or, making soups and things like this. It's all handmade. I
would imagine living in Portugal as well, food is pretty good quality, or not necessarily compared to other places you've lived?
Yeah, no, the food, it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so, and there's tons of open air markets, tons.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So you can go down there and, the little old lady selling her vegetables out of her garden. So you get really fresh things. The fish and stuff is really, fish is really good here because we're right on the coast. They're like the sardine capital of the world. And the sardines are pretty decent.
Yeah,
so, do those every now and then.
I've been there before. I know I've been to Algarve. So yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So so the food is really good. And then prepping it, I do all my own cooking, because I go out very seldom. But every now and then I've hit the Burger King once or twice in the last couple of years,
Why not?
But it isn't something like a regular diet, which most Americans are typically on. The seafood, you eat it. So.
Yeah, that's great. So I mean, finally, I think the final point is, what would you say to other men your age? Because there's going to be other men your age who are probably on all kinds of medications, have all kinds of health issues. What message would you give to those guys to kind of get to somewhere near you? I mean, let's be honest, most even 35, 40-year-olds can't do 100 press ups in 2 minutes, but the older guys are looking for inspiration. What could you say to them?
Well, what's cool is we got some older guys that are just kicking ass. I mean, there's a few of them that are, again, amazing, beyond me. I mean, these guys are good. And so, but the overall age, say 50 to 70, and that's where, don't listen to the media. Don't even listen to your freaking doctors. That's why I said, like, the medical journals try to cut us off at 35 years old. At 35, you're going to start getting old and feeling all this crap. I never bought into that. Never. I've had a mindset since I was a teenager that I was not going to get old. And I think that's really made a big difference, a huge difference. And that mindset can start at any age. It can start at 20. It can start 30, 40, 50, 60. You can start having that more of a youthful thought pattern, and it's going to translate into you feeling better and getting in better shape. So the older guys that are in the group, don't Do what you can. That's the other thing. Don't push yourself. Don't overdo it, because that's when you start getting injuries. You know, like when I'm doing my workouts, I usually try to go to failure on my last set, but I don't go to failure in form. Because if you do that, that's when you start hurting your back and things like that. So, you know, and then pushing lighter. I've started pushing a little bit lighter weights, but again, my muscle tone is maintained. So I think we don't have to be, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger or Hercules or anything in that age group, 50 to 70. We just have to maintain condition and the ability to move, be flexible. That's really important. And be able to lift what you can lift comfortably and exert yourself. You know, don't be picking up the 5-pound dumbbells and doing curls. I'm sorry, there's nothing there. But, you know, if you have 25 or 30 or 40 pounds, which is actually pretty light, but if you're doing your curls and stuff like that, that's really all you need. It's amazing. The muscles, I think they adapt to the changes you do in weight amounts. If I want to get bigger, I go heavy, but I don't. I want to maintain, and I've actually gone lighter, and I've been able to maintain and actually get more muscle tone since the Aphro-D has been in effect. So pretty impressive.
Do you have any ambitious goals for the future?
Well, I mean, in every 10 years, like my 10-year birthday, and this has been going on since I was 30. So every 10 years, I try to be in better shape than I was the last 10 years. Yeah. So this one's going to be pretty tough, you know, because my next one will be 80.
Yeah.
But you know, you go on. I've gone on. There's some pretty badass 80-year-olds out there. I said, okay, if that guy, and that's the other thing, if that guy can do it, I can do it. So I want to. That's my next big goal at 80, be in as good a shape, if not better, which will be an interesting test between now and then. And that's pretty much motorcycles and stuff like that. Another personal goal, like 2 personal ones. I want to ride a motorcycle from the tip of South America to Alaska. Okay. I want to do that. I would love to do that. If anybody's got connections, has the ability, I'll go with you if you get us the motorcycles.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then the other one is I am a musician. I do play, and I've played in front of 20,000 people, but I want to play in front of like 400,000 or 200, you know, a huge festival.
Yeah, like
and will that happen? I don't know. I guess it could. So, you know, that's dream number 2. So
great. Okay, Mike. Well, thank you very much for this insight into you, and I hope that whoever's listening to it will get some kind of inspiration. But for sure we'll talk. For sure we'll talk again in the future and see how far you've got into achieving those goals, and see if you can do 200 press ups in 2 minutes.
I'm gonna that was a slip, but I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Thanks a
lot.
Great.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Good talking to you. Ciao.